Greetings. Login accepted. Synchronizing. Accessing files.
Welcome back, Commander, and prepare for your intelligence briefing. Stargate Command and the US Air Force require you to expand our presence in Earth's solar system and surrounding systems, not by way of Stargate travel this time, but by the means of which we will use our Daedalus class and Prometheus class ships to colonize and seek out new worlds and new civilizations. You will require to take SG teams possibly into hostile situations. Your main goal, Commander, is to secure a presence around Earth and secure our borders so that Earth and its citizens can feel protected from further threats, such as those encountered with the Gould and also with the Ori. Please prepare for the personnel briefing. As our initial planetary governor for all SGC resources, Commander Jane AusNaminator has launched out as one of the few women to reach the upper echelons of the US Navy. Pulled from the ranks of the US Navy and seconded to the SGC, she now forms part of the SGC Personal Interchange Program to bring the best the United States military has to offer and will be needed to command our bases on Earth during our initial expansion phase of the Stargate Space Exploration Program. She has been assigned to govern our resources on Earth as well as oversee the Stargate project. Representing our first member of the International Transformation and Cooperation Program set up after the Atlantis expedition, we would like to introduce you to Admiral Gul Damar. Originally part of the British Royal Naval Forces, he commanded HMS Daring, the initial Type 45 destroyer Aegis craft, and provided cover for the Queen Elizabeth II aircraft carrier during its inaugural run. Now available to the SGC as part of our ongoing mission to acquire the best military minds from around the world to protect Earth, he has now been placed in charge of your fleets. You should rely on him to win any engagement, should you deem it necessary for combat to take place. Of course, we urge you to try and peacefully coexist with any other member species that you encounter along your path or journey. Finally, I'd like to introduce you to Viking Warrior, one of our lead scientists. He'll be now captaining one of our ships, the Astral Hammer, to explore the strange new worlds and civilizations that we encounter upon our journey out into the galaxy. His work at the SGC has been tireless in trying to come up with conventional weapons that can be used in the defense of Earth. He is also a well-renowned scientist working in particle physics and quantum manipulation. You should rely on him to research new anomalies as you explore the galaxy, and to brief you on any technologies that are found that are both alien and also that have been encountered before. As you see, Commander, we've begun dialing the Alpha site for you. Our personnel stand ready to assist you with all your endeavours. Both civilian and military personnel are at your command to continue our exploration of this galaxy. The very best of the best from the international community has been placed here, and your training shall begin immediately. Please head to the gate room as soon as you can, Commander, to complete your wormhole travel to the Alpha site. We'll see you on the other side. Godspeed and good luck. Hello guys, and welcome back to Stargate Command. This is our first ever episode in Stellaris where we are actually running a Patron-led campaign, and you guys can join in. All you got to do is go to that Patron form, as mentioned, links, and sign up if you are a Patron member of GB Gaming. So basically in this Patron campaign, very similar to one that our good friend Shaq does, is you can be a captain or a general, or what, depending on your Patron level, of ships as we go through the game. So just to show you what that means, because this is our first ever season, so normally in future seasons we won't obviously mention this again, but we've already put in some of our ships and some of our names. I've taken some names off of Discord as well, But you can see we have things like Caesar's Legion in here, and Bismarck, and Vanguard, James Clark. These sort of ships have been named after people on Discord. We have Omicron, Alcyon, Viking, etc, etc. Even in Stellaris you can name some of your characters. So for example, just to show you Earth, we have a governor, and this is one of our patrons. This is AusNaminator. So Governor Jane Lewis AusNaminator. Unfortunately I couldn't make it a guy because I started off with like a huge amount of women as my, there's nothing wrong with that of course, but a huge amount of women as my scientists and governors, so that's made it interesting. So let's have a look at where we got with our scientists. We have Rika Miura, Himari Inu, and Elsa Cruz. So lots of different things going on. We've got to select our research, so we'll do that first. But as we go through the series, guys, do feel free to let us know how we're doing in the comments and that, and don't forget to take part if you want to as well in this first ever Patron-led Stellaris campaign. So, what are we doing? Well, we're acting as Stargate Command. It's a strange new universe. This is Earth. We don't know what's out there yet. Obviously, this is set after the events in SG-1. We've now moved to a space exploration phase. This is our orbital shipyard, just recently been built, that you would have heard about in the briefing. And yeah, we have a few ships which are Corvette classes, as you can see here. All these models are from Stargate Invasion, if you're wondering where they're from. So let's get some research going. So what do we want to get through first? Well, I think we want to just go through, pretty obvious, we're going to get the physics lab on that one. Biolab, hydroponics farm 2. I think we'll go through all the biolab. I want to get my labs up. We could get armor early on, but I want to get all my engineering facilities labs on the go, because obviously these will help with research. So let's get all those researching. It's a strange new world out there. We need to do some exploring. I do have a science ship here. This is being led by Lucy Jane Nolan. If you don't know, who happens to be my other half, my wife. So she's going to be going off and surveying around for us. I have got the auto survey on because I just prefer that when I play Stellaris. So sorry guys, I'm not going to be clicking everywhere, but that's also a good thing. So let's start the game off. She's going to go out surveying. And basically as we go along, as we unlock various ships, we'll be putting our commanders into ships. So if you have signed up, you will see your ship appear. A lot of obviously the players that signed up are also aiming for the Daedalus class, which is quite a way off, guys. So, but for now we need to get up. So what do I do first usually? I am going to check out Earth. So let's have a look at the surface of Earth. Reasonably well developed, but we need to get some more development. The main thing we're going to need at the start is minerals. So I'm going to get some minerals. We are going to need some food as well. If you may remember, we have a bit of a penalty to food. Not much, it's about 10%, but it's still a penalty nonetheless. So we need to get on with that. I'm also going to send out my fleets just to have a little bit of a poke around, because we have hyperdrive only, if you remember from our series setup. So let's get these guys doing a bit of a... Actually, let's do a little bit of a circle around this way. Hopefully we won't get our first force destroyed. That would be bad. That would be very, very bad. Strike Force Kraken is being led by Gul Gaming. So the Gul is here already as an admiral. I said I'd put him in, mainly because he was moaning about wanting to be included in the series. So he's in there, right? You're in there, Gul. Okay, you're in there. Right, no need to get so upset about things. So obviously having our fleets out is going to cost us energy, but that's okay. We're not in a really bad position at the moment. Now, one of the tricks you could do, Stellaris, is you can separate your fleet, but I didn't want to do that for this because it wouldn't make much sense fluff-wise. So we're not going to do that. So you can see our science ship is lovingly scanning anomalies. So we need to build some orbital research. And Earth has finished its construction queue. So you may notice in this first episode, guys, I've got a bit of a horsey throat at the moment. Yeah, I don't know where that's come from, but I might sound a little bit croaky, so I do apologise. I would like to get another science ship up. I like to have 2 science ships at the start, if I can. So we'll get that building. And then get it out surveying.
Construction complete.
So, our second science ship is alive. 0% phase. This barren and lifeless world is showing signs of once having supported biosphere. This is on Mars, so we will research that. Let's assign a leader here. We need a new scientist, so let's recruit someone. Ah, there's a guy here. We will take this one. He is a field manipulation expert. We will rename him as well, actually. His name is Robin Hawkins. But because I said I would, I will put Viking in. So this will be Viking Warrior. Viking, you're going to be a scientist in our first episode. Who knows, you may have children later on. He's 45 years of age. He's pretty old for a scientist. And this will become the Astral Hammer, which I know is one of Viking's favourite names. Oh, our detailed survey of Mars has revealed that it may once have supported life in the distant past. There are significant deposits of frozen water at the polar ice caps, and beneath the planet's surface, the existence of valley networks suggests that water may once have flowed freely. Terraforming this planet would theoretically be possible, but we do not yet possess the technology to accomplish this monumental task within a realistic time frame. Fascinating. And it is fascinating because that's actually been on, obviously, the news as well a lot about, you know, whether one day Mars might be a colony. And if you've watched the other awesome series, The Expanse, then you know that we long dream of what that could be like. So fascinating. So we'll carry on renaming the Astral Hammer. And we're going to set our Astral Hammer to go and automatically explore. So off it goes. Meanwhile, we're just scanning Earth. Let's have a look. Our ships have been around. We've got a couple of colonizers. There's a nice 24 arid world there. 12 continental. Another arid world of 24. So some big worlds. Continental world 18. Oh, 22 in Sirius. Right next to us. That's beautiful. Up on world 20, arid world 12. So I think Sirius will be an early colonisation target. An ocean world of 20, that's also lovely. A savannah world. Where is Strikeforce? So Strikeforce Cryptis has finished flying around. Let's get it back out. We'll go a little bit further this time. See what we can find out there in the galaxy. The science team, led by VanguardGaming from the science vessel USAF Astral Hammer, has found something remarkable. A massive and wide bunker is all left from this ancient precursor civilization. Perhaps there are more worlds to be discovered. Unbelievable. The USAF Astral Hammer has made a startling find on Alpha Centauri 2. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we've encountered life forms that did not originate on Earth. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on our story are sapient, it's likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out here. Well, we already knew that, because we met the Gould. So, there we go. So, Strikeforce Kraken has been around and about. We'll go out and search the end of the spiral, I think. That's probably one of the best things we can do. And then I think we'll head out this way with Kraken, just to...
System survey complete.
Excellent. Soul's been surveyed. Oh, we've got an anomaly popped up. The abandoned ship has been left to drift aimlessly above this planet. Massive sails, presumably its hull suggests that it relies on solar power. We'll research that. Aliens have trespassed. This is an early event to happen on one of our planets. That much we could send them away, or perhaps we could let them stay. We'll let them stay for now. So we've got our first tradition. Let's just pause it here. I like prosperity and expansion, I've got to be honest with you. So we've got discovery as well, which is also a good one. So there is a chance to kind of go through science. But I think let's do expansion early on. As we continue exploring around the galaxy. So let's go back and look at Earth. So we have possibly some aliens. Alien trespasser. They're valiant, Zavana preference, delicate, and transient. So they might die actually. We'll see if the aliens want to run our minerals for us. Maybe they won't. Maybe that's a bad idea. We'll see. We are letting them stay after all, which is quite kind of us. So our construction ship's waiting in orbit. Now we can start to look at getting some buildings going, so let's build some mining stations. And let's unpause it. Our beautiful construction ship heading over. Build our first auto mine around Juno. Now the question is, will I regret letting that alien stay? We've discovered an abandoned solar sail ship in orbit around Alpha Centauri. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails has a large tear which some kind of odd ship passed through, most likely a meteoroid, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of the ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting engineering design choices. So we gained 60. Not too bad. So, how's our research going? Not doing too bad. Still on the initial research phases. Intelligent life taunts with pointed absence, reads a popular newsnet post on Earth. These people of Stargate Command apparently find some humour in the fact that lower forms of aliens' life are now a matter of public record, but potential equals from other stars continue to elude us. Scientists of Viking Warriors report on the traces found in Alpha Centauri seemingly only add an ironic twist to the situation. Well, there you go. Viking, you're adding an ironic twist to the galaxy. We've also recovered some artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Sirius 2. From what we have translated so far of their language, we have learned that these aliens call themselves the Eurasian Concordat. They were an interstellar power that held sway over this region of the galaxy a little over 1 million years ago. They appear to have been six-limbed mammalians, and there are several references to some sort of plague called the Javorian Pox, which swept across the Empire with devastating results, possibly leading to their extinction, which is very interesting. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Philomere system. These strange objects have been flagged as alpha aliens. News of alien ships coming through the Ever have reached Earth in many ways in the first chapter of the book of the Stargate Command's bid for a stellar empire. So there you go. So, we've not contacted him yet, but we can now investigate. So we'll just quickly hit that.
Evading hostile fleet.
Construction ship USF Ilmerian has encountered a hostile hijacked fleet in Sol and is currently attempting to evade them. Centuries ago, a group of radical priests and their devoted followers on Earth broke away from the established religions to form their own church. These extremists called themselves the Final Crucible and have been responsible for many atrocities and acts of terror over the years. Though they have kept a low profile in modern times, we recently learned that many of their agents have infiltrated our military. That's not good. These renegades have secretly been diverting resources to the construction of a small fleet of starships at a hidden facility on Earth. When their treachery is revealed, the cult is blasting away on their ships have fled to Venus. They must be stopped. Right, so we need to bring our forces back to Earth. So we have a new threat. Look at these. The Holy Avatar. This will not be tolerated. Since our people came to be, we've always been looking up in the awe at the stars. Now we can actually visit them. All our sites agree that we should gather information on all different types of stars to see what their secrets hold. Agreed! To infinity and beyond!
Beacon detected.
Another beacon. Signs of activity by an ancient precursor on this inhospitable rock. We'll research that because it's quite a low level research. Let's hope our forces manage to make it back to Earth pretty quickly. I think they're pretty far away at the moment. Actually, they're still doing their paths because I forgot to set them directly to come back. So let's bring them back. Move here now. Make all speed back to Earth so we can deal with the religious zealots that exist above Earth. A derelict Irasian cruiser has been left forgotten for over 1 million years in close water around Sirius 5. The slowly spinning vessel shows no signs of weapon damage and all escape pods remain accounted for. As would be expected, no power signatures can be detected from within its hull. Remarkable. Trying to get our pops up. Not going to do any clearance yet. I'll successfully translate the language. We've established communications with the Vivisandia Imperium. They are xenophiles and they are fanatic militarists. Let's go with cooperation will surely benefit us all. The news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time is spreading like wildfire through the Stargate Command. Our citizens are fascinated by these beings, and the media is full of reports and speculation on their culture and society. The revelation that we are not alone in the galaxy has largely been greeted with celebration on Earth. Just like us, the aliens appear to be relative newcomers on the galactic stage, and their level of technology is similar to our own. This is, after all, a momentous occasion. And that it is, guys. It's momentous. Although we kind of met aliens already that trespassed on our world, but, you know, it is what it is. Can we send our construction ship? No, it's just going to evade until we get some forces here, so come on, fleets, you need to get back.
Complete.
This is Strike Force Kraken led by Gul. I think we will just head to engage, really, and hopefully none of our ships will be destroyed in the process. Here they come. We're preparing for combat. we will deal with the final crucible.
Under attack.
They've got laser beams. Freaking laser beams. Where did they get that kind of technology? Caesar's Legion is taking some damage. Well, we destroyed one of their daggers. Cultist ship disabled. Our valiant space forces have skillfully disabled a ship in the cultist armada. It's mostly intact and we are picking up faint life signs from inside its hulls. Once we've eliminated all threats in the immediate vicinity, we should conduct a boarding operation to secure any survivors. They may well tell us more about the ultimate motives of the final crucible. Prepare the breaching charges. Look at this. We're going to win this, guys. We're going to win this. It's another one. Victory was had.
New technology acquired.
So we now can do some new research because we've just finished. We could get destroyers, but I think it's more suitable for us to get... Do we get destroyers? Or we can go for ion thrusters. I think let's go for ion thrusters for now, get some speed upgrades to our ships. We're going to need a science ship back here in Seoul. I hate to bring the Vanguard back, but we're going to have to bring you back here to research this project, please. And we're going to board the cultist ship as well. Let's go send our forces back. The Caesar's Legion took some hits there, actually. So we will send them back momentarily. To repair once we have obviously dealt with this cultist ship. Well done, Gul. You led the forces well. Though the survivors offered stiff resistance, our boarding party was able to secure several prisoners from the disabled cultist starship. From them, we have learned that the conspiracy goes far deeper than we initially suspected. The agents of the final crucible include several flaggers and high-ranking officials within our government. Mass arrests are being made on Earth, and all assets belonging to their cult have been seized. However, several of the starships they built in secret remain unaccounted for, and the upper echelons of the cult's leadership have vanished. We may have picked up faint ion trails leading to several outlying systems. We must pursue these terrorists. And we will. We will find them. Wherever they are, we will find them. We will hunt them down, guys. And we will make them pay for what they have done. It's very much reminds me of, obviously, Stargate and the rogue organisations that exist in Stargate universe. So we've repaired Strike Force Kraken, so Gul ships are now back and ready to explore. So we know the Vivasani appearance on this part of the arm, but what we don't know is where these rogue dudes are, so we're going to have to hope that we run into them at some point. But let's get exploring.
Debris analysed.
We've analysed debris in Seoul. We've got some red lasers, some armour, a lot of good stuff being passed on to us.
Beacon detected.
Oh, we'll leave that one be. It's a failure risk of 40%, so we'll leave that be for now. And we'll send the Astral Hammer back out exploring. But I think we need to get our construction ship rolling out and actually, you know, building mining stations. Let's build all the mining stations, in fact. We need to get some food sorted on the surface of Earth. So Food is going to be really important, so we're going to clear this sector tile here. In fact, we'll start clearing all our sector tiles where possible. Just to have a place for our population to expand to. So they're a bit unhappy, the alien trespassers.
New technology acquired.
We've encountered some alien vessels in the portal system. Gamma aliens. So let's research those as well, see if we can find out who they are. Finished our physics lab research. So we could go for power plant 2s. We could go to lasers, fusion power, and deflectors. Deflectors seems like a good one to take early on. We just had the research speed, but I think we'll go for deflectors now. Cultist marauders again. More ships wanted to follow have been encountered in the Doorfill system. They're approaching the attack from battle stations. Right, let's just pause this quickly, guys. The Doorfill system. Where's the Doorfill? Here they are, the final crucible. They are much more powerful. We need to get you back this way ASAP. And then we need to get our other strike force to rendezvous ASAP. Who thought we'd have such an exciting first episode?
Beacon detected.
We'll research that. Come on, charge your engines. There we go, they're hyperlaning out. So we know that we have got the cultists over here, which is not good. Not good at all. Scientist Viking Warrior on board the science vessel US of Astral Hammer has made an remarkable discovery on Procyon 3. While fascinating to look at, these islands are so unusual they defy conventional logic. It appears some mineral or substance on this world is causing large rocks to float through the air, forming floating islands that hover dozens to sometimes hundreds of feet off the ground. Unbelievable. Very much reminds me of the film Avatar. You know, that old ancient Earth movie. So there's lots for us to research, all these stars and derelict cruisers, etc. So we will bring our science ships back to do a little bit of research once the Astral Hammer's finished exploring. They've been destroyed in battle, which is interesting because we weren't fighting them. So who destroyed them? Very interesting. A series of deep boreholes on the surface of Propus Aya are all that remain of the Eurasian mining operation that was active in this world some 1.2 million years ago. The USAF Vagabond has conducted a thorough surface scan, but have yet to find the remains of any actual mining facilities. How peculiar. So we've got all these things we need to search for. I was going to bring my fleets back in, but we have other things going. Viking Warriors leveled up. Congratulations, Viking. And Scientist Tamari Anu has leveled up. There we go. How is our construction ship doing? Construction ship's doing okay. Let's speed things up again. We've got another thing. We can now get, I think, we can either go for, we can go for Discovery. We're receiving a transmission from the Sondriffen Mandate. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Interesting. Cooperation will surely benefit us all.
System survey complete.
Incoming transmission.
Research agreement? Yeah, why not? We've received some rather troubling reports regarding the deteriorating health of Governor Jane Lewis AusNaminator. Her haggard appearance makes it look as though she has aged nearly 20 years. The burden of duty can be a heavy thing to bear. It can indeed, which is very shameful.
New technology acquired.
Now let's go for this one here. This is a pattern of unusual sonic activity. We are going to do that because Lucy Jane just leveled up, so that was kind of handy, if I'm being honest with you. And we have some research available. So, propaganda broadcasts, which allow us to give an edict, which increases happiness, and we have growth speed. Which could also be good. An army upkeep. We don't really need army upkeep at the moment, so I'm thinking growth speed, because happiness isn't a big issue at the moment, although we do have trespassers on our planet, so... We have our two strike forces here, which we're now going to merge together. And let's continue.
Tile blocker cleared.
And then we'll probably head back to the
System
system where the
survey
cultists
complete.
were found to have been.
Construction complete.
Because it's important. Luciano's crew aboard the USS VanguardGaming have determined that the unique oral features of Kodra Elia are due to the wildlife on the planet coming together in a cappella renditions of unknown alien suns. They did not see fit to investigate the matter further. Okay. Just going to slow it down a little bit, guys, just so I get some breathing room to build. I want another hydro farm here. We can upgrade here. This is more of an engineering facility, so we're going to go for engineering. One more tile blocker to clear on Earth. We do have another alien population starting to form. I wonder if we can we actually rename those? I don't like the idea of them being called. So we can't actually set their population control at all. So they'll just keep growing, and we'll have to deal with that at some point. It's one of those things. My decision has affected us already. So we've got two races over here. We'll see if we're going. I'm a bit worried about these two actually, because this will kind of block us off from the rest of the galaxy. So at some point there will be, I'm sure, some friction between us, between our peoples. We seem to have finished most of the things we wanted to do on Earth though, so I think it's time to look at saving up for a colony ship.
Beacon
Let's
detected.
bring a new anomaly. Let's find that. We'll build some mining stations out here. I'm actually going to bring the Astral Hammer back to do some research in Sirius. And then see how we go from there, really. Speed time up a little bit again. What was previously thought to be the assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Busimla have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Busimla could have supported life on that scale at any point in the moon's history. Science Officer Lucy J. Nolan has prepared a special research project to delve further into this
New
mystery.
objective received.
So we have the gigantic. So we need a level skill 3 or higher. So this is in boosting. We can do this one pretty much now if we pull Lucy Jane back and research this particular project, which we will do because I'm curious. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little bit curious about what that means for us. This continental world is looking like a good first colony for us, so close to us as well. And Sirius 3, look at that beautiful planet. Nice cloud formations swirling over her. So let's go back. We need to do some research on Sol here, our Class G star, as well. And we have some research happening. And our military fleet has made it to Dorfield, but we cannot see the Crusaders anymore, so they may have disappeared. Let's head back to Sol. Our construction ship finishing up its job. We're going to build some more research stations just over here, and then I think, yeah, we'll stop construction after that. I do want to try and get, obviously, these 6 minerals on Alpha Centauri, but I think we'll go for that. There is a world here, an arid world, a 24 arid world. See, I want to get out into the spiral. That's the big issue, without necessarily going to war. We don't necessarily want to start a war.
Objective complete.
The light blue stars are relatively young to the other stars, yet among the most brightest. They are large and rotate very quickly, and will eventually slow down and turn into a red giant, give it a few million years. Interesting.
Tiled locker cleared.
Objective complete.
After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Busimla, Science Officer Lucy J. Nolan has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. Wow. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and assuming these came from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, this organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Busimla. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone has substantially advanced our knowledge. So we gain +3 in engineering and biotechnologies. So it's an incredible discovery. We're going to go send our science ships, as I said, off to do various researches. We're heading to Sol. There's a level 4 one we can't quite deal with here at the moment. So
New technology acquired.
we now have ion thrusters, so we can start to look at our things. We can get gel suspended armor as well. So, or we can get a missile defense module, nuclear missiles. Missiles or gel suspended armor. I mean, I like the idea of having nuclear missiles. So we'll go for missiles. So that kind of suits our ships in the long run. Let's just pause it quickly, guys, and we're going to look at our ship designer. So as you know, we have our Corvette class here with our Naquadria generators. Oh, Naquada, sorry, generators. I'll get it right in a minute. Ooh, look at these. We've got some control crystals. This comes from one of the Stargate mods. So we can have chance to hit +10, combat speed +200%, chance to aid +15, tracking +7, weather damage +4. Or mid-range. So I like the idea of our Corvettes being more close range. That gives us a really nice chance to evade. That will give us a power issue though, so we look like we're going to need to put some more Naquada generator in. Is Naquada, I'm taking that the Naquada generators, how much power do Naquada generators produce? They produce power of 12.5, whereas a fission reactor, a small one, produces only 10. And they're much cheaper because we've got a lot of supply of Naquada. Let's put some ion thrusters on there. We only have hyperdrive 1 and radar 1. And our small mass drivers at the moment but we'll get there. We can add a kitchen sink, which is always worth having. We need a little bit more power to power the kitchen sink. It's not going to be enough. We're going to need a medium. I'm going to save. So there we go. Keep the crew clean. We will send our fleet to upgrade. There will be a cost to that. And then we're going to, as I say, get this colony ship hopefully up and running. Because it feels about the right time. Now the question is, will we run into any more cultists? We know that without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Earth. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalogue the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. Stargate Command wishes us to investigate this commendable initiative. And that's what we're going to do. Let's have a look at Earth again, just make sure that we're keeping up with it. Things are looking good on Earth. Nothing yet to upgrade. We're a bit ahead of our building. We need to get some more pop growth.
New technology acquired.
We have a new technology. Planet fortification toughness. There we go. And unlocks component deflectors. So we've got deflectors now. We can get fusion reactors, generate a little bit more power, but we still have our Naquadah reactors at the moment. We can get improved deflectors, or we can get a solar panel network, which gives our starbase the ability to produce energy, which may come into factor later, but I think really for now, given what we have, we could look at laser defense modules. That might be quite cool. We're getting a little bit of all the weapons research at the moment. I know you guys are going to say, you shouldn't concentrate on that, Bane. But humans are humans. After investigating the boreholes on Proper Star, our archaeologists found the fossilized remains of over 100 Eurasian miners at the bottom of one of them. They appear to be more victims of the Jafarian pox that brought about the fall of the Eurasian Concordat. In a futile attempt to keep the disease from spreading, their comrades dumped the bodies down one of the boreholes before the moon was evacuated. An interesting find. Indeed. Right. We can't research the projects in this system. We can research projects in this system. So what can't we research in Sol? Oh, because this is already being researched, that's why.
Objective complete.
The yellow dwarf is known as a G-type star and actually has a range of colours it can be. These stars fuse hydrogen for roughly 10 billion years before they expand and become red giants. Although the G-type star lifespan is shorter than the K-type star, worlds inside the habitable zone of G-type star enjoy optimal conditions for the development of life. So there we go. That's all about our sun. We need to search Mirror and Situla. So Mirror and Situla, now that our fleet is upgraded. Well, let's have a look, shall we? Let's track these and map. So let's send Strike Force Kraken over to Situla. Investigate if we can see any cultish vessels there. Deal with these upstarts while we can. Cool, new colonies. We'll start with one additional pop. We'll take that. And save up for that colony ship we keep talking about, but we haven't yet done. We have sighted ships of the Crucible in Situla. They're going to engage us, so let's engage them. let's just slow it down a little bit, guys, so we can enjoy this. It does look like we are winning with our new tactics of swarming. Good. I'm glad that they've been destroyed. Well done, Strike Force Kraken. Well done, Gul. We will need to come back here and get the remains. We've got a new target after that, and I want you to head down to Mira as your next target. How are we doing in Seoul? I think what we'll do is actually we'll just head you over to there, because I know the debris will not always stay there for long, so we need to get you over there. We'll go back to our ship designer quickly, guys. We should be able to give our corvettes now, I believe, deflectors. We could have some deflectors. We're going to need some more power generation. I don't want to see, this is one with auto completing ships. I don't want to lose my corvette crystal as such. So we're going to save. We can now get some shields at least, so early find of shields is quite good.
Objective complete.
M-type stars are among the most common in the universe and are often referred to as red dwarf stars, which is also a great TV show in popular Earth culture. Their low luminosity means that they are difficult to observe with the naked eye from afar, but up close, it's an amazing sight. Although they live for an extremely long time, they emit almost no UV light, resulting in unfavourable conditions for life to exist. Incredible. So Strike Force Kraken is heading out. We didn't get time to repair, but our ships aren't that badly damaged. The Alkian's a little bit damaged, as is Caesar's Legion, but I think they should be able to handle whatever we come across. Well, here's hoping either way. Do you know what? I am gonna. We need those mining stations. It is taking time, isn't it, to get those resources that we want. I know we want to build the colony ship, but I'm very tempted. Battle stations. So we've raided it. That is a bigger fleet than I expected. What have we got here?
Debris analyzed.
Battleship Temple of Light. This is going to be a battle for the ages. Here come our forces. We've got incoming missiles. We are hitting their battleship hard, but it does look like the USAF Caesar's Legion has taken some pretty heavy damage. Caesar's Legion has been destroyed. And now the Skyve is about to explode. We've lost the Skyve, but their battleship is down. We're now engaging their corvettes. Vanguard has been hit pretty hard, but it does look like we may make it through this combat. One more ship left.
New
We have defeated the Copyist forces encountered so far, but these engagements have raised a number of alarming questions. The final Crucible has been deploying far more ships than they could possibly have built in secrecy on Earth, and now they pitted a large warship of an unknown design against us. Where are these ships coming from? Are there more warships like the one we just destroyed? We should investigate the battle debris for answers, and we will begin recovery efforts. So there we go. These cultists, I tell you guys, they are causing us problems. Lots of problems. But never one to worry about these kind of problems.
New technology acquired.
Actually, let's build the mining stations first, and then we'll worry about the research stations. So we've finished our growth speed. We can now get gene clinics and border range. I think border range is a good one to have, but then again, gene clinics. I can also find Pytherian dust refining, which gives us food output. But I think at the moment we'll go for the gene clinic. That seems the most sensible one to go for. We're about to complete our missiles as well, which is good. Now, we took a few losses in that, so should we build some ships? That's the question. Or should we focus? I think we need to focus on expansion first, because we're slightly behind the others in terms of colonising the new world.
New technology acquired.
And people are becoming impatient with us. So gels, suspended armour or coil guns. We'll go for... Let's go for coil guns, or should we go... Yeah, coil guns, gel suspended armour. Let's go for gel suspended armour for now. Back to our ship designer. So we now have nuclear missiles as well. So I think having a missile is also good. So you know, it's 50% armor, 50% shield damage. That makes us feel a little bit more Stargate-y that way, doesn't it?
New technology acquired.
I now have lasers as well. I think this time we're going to get research speed, just to get our research rolling a little bit faster. And the Vagabond is currently researching. After sifting through the debris left by the strange cultural warship we destroyed, our scientists believe they may have divined the source of the ships the final Crucible has been throwing against us. Fragments from log file mention some kind of abandoned alien shipyard discovered by the culture ships fleeing Sol. They have been using the automated shipyard to reinforce their numbers, and now they're even producing new ships from alien templates found within the station's memory banks. This cannot be allowed to continue. So, where is... Let's have a look at the situation log. The final Crucible. So they're in Taramba. So the campaign's new Chancellor is underway. There we go. Chancellor of Stargate Command.
Debris analyzed.
And get our science ships actually out doing things. A new ruler has been elected. Chancellor Rico Miura will rule until the next election. There we go. Rico Miura has been elected as Chancellor of the Stargate Command. Which obviously means we now need a new scientist. So we're going to recruit a scientist. We will call them. Which one do we want to get? This is replacing our physics. So we'll get this one. No, there's actually. Because they're an expert in biology.
Construction.
Yeah, we'll get this one. Tara Baxter. And I think it's time to once again upgrade our ships. And I think we have just about the right kind of money to now build our first colony ship. We do. This is going to be the Tauri, not the alien trespassers, who we let settle on Earth.
Objective complete.
The blue star is relatively rare, and while the star is very bright, it pales in comparison to the A-type star. We received tradition from the Elemenid Tribunal. They appear to have successfully translated our language. High Inquisitor Schluma and the rest of the religious council bid you greetings. We provide spiritual guidance to the Elemenid Tribunal, and our stated goal is to lead this great nation on the path to salvation. Cooperation will surely benefit us all. It would be nice if we encountered some of the Stargate races yet, but I don't know when we will or if we will, because they are available to use in the game. So K-type stars are often referred to as orange dwarf stars. Are a common sight. K-type stars live for a very long time, meaning life has a long time to develop. So I'm going to send out one of our science ships out exploring still. I think we're going to send both of them out actually exploring. I'm going to build our research stations here. Scientists Viking were aboard the USAF Ashhammer's made a discovery. A very unique feature was discovered on this world during one of their first scientific expeditions to the surface. Our scientists were awestruck by the significance it represents. Of all the theories, all the discoveries, all the worlds explored in the past, no one has seen something quite this before. A true wonder of the galaxy. Okay, what was it he discovered?
New technology acquired.
We still need a skillful scientist to be able to
New
help us.
technology acquired.
Look at that cruiser as well. We're going to get fusion missiles or mining network 2. I think we'll take mining network 2 because we need minerals right now. Point defense and fusion reactors. Let's take fusion reactor Val, because I don't know if you can get other versions than that could yet, but maybe we can. So they've got 3 worlds now, so we do need to get expanding. Another tradition available. We'll research that. Class 2 asteroid orbits this moon. Small planet's orbit appears far too stable for its presence to be natural. Our scientist Lucy J. Nolan on board the science vessel USAF Vagabond has made a terrifying discovery on Quadria 6. Sorry, 5. 6, rather. I'll get there in a minute. After extensive analysis, we have discovered that the fossilised remnants of this world seems to have thousands of unusual synapse nodes spread upon them. These appear to serve as massive biofactories that churn out the endless swarm of bioforms. These hive worlds, as we have named them, seem to be living creatures in their own right, incorporating millions of bioengineered organisms. Each hive world was a perfect biological factory capable of creating trillions of small and large organisms through gene replication and splicing that allowed them to adapt on every new world environment they encountered. We can only hope these types of creatures no longer exist. Truly horrifying. I think we'll take prosperity. Take propaganda broadcast. Guess we need to edict happiness. For some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into a stable orbit around Gilprim 4A. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations seemed to be abandoned shortly after they began, which is very interesting. Our colony ship is ready. We are, guys, going to go and colonize. So if we look at Sirius, I think this is a good place to get colonizing, if you like. So we will colonize this. We will set this up. I think it is as good a place as any. We'll call this Sirius Prime. So our colony ship has left. Oh, it's going to cost us energy, so we do need to look at our energy requirements, and we need to look at Earth again on the surface. We have some new people. Let's get an energy plant up and running.
Incoming transmission.
And we have a transmission. Non-aggression pact with the Eliminates. Sure. Why not? And we have a level 3 scientist now. I'm going to build some research stations over here. So far, so good. So we've got 3 AI empires very, very near us. I think we need to take Tiakia. We're kind of trapped now in our space. They're wary of us, apparently, so I can see there being a war in the future. But that's okay. We're used to this on Earth, aren't we? We'll build another colony ship full of Tauri. And let's bring out our strike force. We will need to consider our options. I think we need to get some more corvettes on the build.
Colonization in progress.
Our colony ship was gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the several continents that can be found on Sirius Prime. This temperate, forested region will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters are sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first Tauri city on an alien world. And this is a great day for the SGC. It certainly is. Celebrations abound on Earth, I'm sure. The reason I'm upgrading our fleet is we do need to go deal with Taramba. It might be good to put a frontier outpost at Ginog, just to hold all these worlds. So I am tempted to do that. As soon as our next colony ship is available, we will take Takia. So we've got 2 colonies at least for this episode, because I think that it's been a longer than anticipated episode. But the first one always is, guys. The first one always is longer.
Construction complete.
So we now have some more energy coming in, which is good.
New technology acquired.
So we've got some new technology, some mining, upgrade to our mining. We'll go for level 2 destroyers. Oh, research. We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet. It might have been a glitch in our systems, or it could be a sign of something
survey
more.
complete. System survey complete.
So the star has not yet been surveyed, so we need to get over here. And I'm gonna get, where's one of my science ships? Let's get over here. Survey this system, please. A microsinger recently intersected Gilpin 5, passing straight through the core and emerging on the other side of the planet. The encounter does not seem to have caused any permanent damage, but it has altered the energy output of the planetary core slightly in a way that defies our current scientific models. Further study may be warranted. So we need to survey more worlds. That's one of the things we need to do. As soon as I've got some more corvettes, we can go have a look at the cultists, see if they're still there. And we now have civilian freighters. Certain irrational criminal elements of our society have left Earth to seek an outlaw's life in the far reaches of space. In a display of surprising ingenuity, these brigands have heavily modified and weaponized a large number of civilian starships. Our civilian shipping lanes are now being raided by this improvised Starfleet, which identifies itself only as the Red Captaincy. A prompt response is needed, and they will be dealt with. So, great. We now have space pirates as well as cultists. It's a busy time for Earth. And we also have a faction now, the Alien Reform Institute. And there they are. We're going to go and intercept these little buggers before they cause any problems. Going after civilian freighters. Which is very naughty of them. So we've got our fusion reactor research. Solar panel networks for our star bases. And being able to deep crust engineering. Tile blockers or finding resources. I think we'll go for clearing these. We are now at war, but we are thankfully winning this battle with our missiles firing off. Look at how fast we are. We're on fast speed. This is ridiculous. Your ships are inferior to me, pirates. Although Omicron is taking damage. We've lost the Omicron. I tell you, there's going to be a need, guys, for more ships at this rate. Our second colony ship is ready. Last one of this episode. We will go colonise Takia. Unfortunately, the minerals won't be great, but hey ho. We're going to take the world anyway. We'll set a base up over here. Where is our science ship? It's being surveyed. We'll need to go send our thing back to heal. I'm only going to need some more energy credits. Thankfully, we can upgrade all of these. We need some more energy.
System
That's our big
survey
issue at the
complete.
moment.
System survey complete.
We will build a frontier outpost at some point. Let's do survey. Let's survey this one, this one, this one. Actually, let's do it this way around. So survey, survey, survey,
Evading
survey,
hostile fleet.
survey. What have we got here? At the cellar, we've got it's like a star base of some kind. So Strike Force Kraken. We'll go deal with that, I think, in the next episode, guys. So I hope you have enjoyed this first episode. Do leave some feedback in the comment section if you'd like to see. Don't forget you can check out our sign-up form as well. But as always, this has been Bane, and I hope you've enjoyed the start to Stellaris. As always, signing out.